So now that your smart node is wired up, you got it mounted, it looks nice and neat, you've got all your cables organized. Now what we need to do is let's verify that that wiring is working, all my sensors are reading, and my outputs are modulating dampers, actuators, relays correctly. Then after that, what we need to do is we need to get this paired to the CCU so that the device knows what type of profile it's running and it can start controlling effectively. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here to the node. All right, so we're going to come down here to the smart node. And on the smart node, what it's going to say out of the box is please pair with a CCU. So we're going to get to that. But before we do, using the buttons, my up, down, right, left, what we're going to be able to do is we're going to go next, and that's going to start navigating through the installer menu options. The very first one is going to be your inputs. So this is showing you all of the inputs that are coming into this device in a big list. So of that list, you can verify that the wires that you actually terminated are reading values that seem appropriate to you. If I go next again, then I go to the actual sensor input. So this is all of my digital sensors, the ones coming through the sensor bus or over the POR sensor bus. So those are the Airoverse sensors coming through there. If I go over one more, I get to outputs, and this is where I can actually stroke my actuators. So if I start going up here, see how I went down to the analog value I wanted to change. I can do the same thing with my relays. So I can turn my relays on and off. And to get out of this menu, you have to go all the way back up to the top so that outputs is highlighted. From there, now you know that your sensors are hooked up, at least seemingly correctly, and then that my actuators, my relays, and everything are modulating appropriately. So the next thing we're going to do, we'll keep going through the menus. There's another screen for versions. Typically, you're not going to have to do anything with that. The next one over is going to allow me to pair with CCU. It's interesting to note that the smart node or any of the devices only remember their last known pairing address, so you can always pair over one that's already been paired if you paired it mistakenly. You don't have to factory reset to repair. So you go down to pair, and what's going to happen, you see that it says Bluetooth address. That means that this node is now broadcasting an address, the same way that if you held the button on your Bluetooth headset, it's going to go into a pairing mode and your phone can now discover it. So this is now discoverable. We're going to grab our central control unit, push the tabs in, grab our tablet, and on the tablet, remember we need to go to the gear. Under the gear, we're going to add our zone. So what I'm going to say, we're going to follow our naming best practices. This is going to be a VAV21, and it's going to be in suite 210. I'm just making it up. But now I know it's a VAV21 and the node itself is located above a ceiling tile or somewhere above suite 210, which makes it much easier to service if you get in the habit of that naming convention. And again, we're always following the green line. So if I chose zone 1, I would be pairing zone 1. I want to pair VAV21 suite 210, and I'm going to hit pair module. And then essentially what I'm doing is I'm going up to the node. This is a Bluetooth pairing. I have to be within 15 feet of the device. I don't want my tablet docked on the base when I'm doing this. So I actually take it with me and go to the node. So we go up to that smart node. And again, we see that VAV with reheat is the one we want to choose. There's 3 variants of VAV with reheat. There's a no fan, series fan, parallel fan. We're just going to do a simple one for now. Then it shows you the steps to put the node back into pairing mode. So if you ever forget, this is a good reminder. Once you do one, it becomes fairly simple. Just hit pair again. And now what you're seeing is it says the MAC address of this node, I assume in a list, 2727. Don't immediately press connect manually. That bypasses the pairing with a physical device, which is only really used if you're trying to swap devices without having to go to that device. All right, so then we made sure the MAC address is 27. The last 2 are 27 on both. It's going to show me a 6-digit PIN to verify I chose the right one from the list. 880344. Hit pair. And now we've successfully shared the 900 megahertz mesh credentials between the two devices, but they're not communicating yet. That will happen once I dock the tablet back on the control mode. The 900 megahertz antenna is on that control mode. And what we have to do is make our physical configuration adjustments here. So if I want to change my damper actuator type to 2 to 10, and if I have a 0 to 10 volt reheat type, or I've got a reverse acting one without a switch on it, I can code 10 to 0. Can make my adjustments, and I do have a differential pressure sensor, so I'm going to enable CFM control. And you saw that when I did that, it changed from min damper positions, max damper positions, to min CFM values and max CFM values. So just like that, now your balancer could come in here and make those adjustments. The easiest way to do that is actually, again, through the Airoverse portal. You can do it from here one at a time if you need to, or you don't have a laptop with you that day, but it can be much, much simpler when you do it through the web. When you're done, hit set, and you see that now it's got a pairing address. This device is paired, it has an address, it's just not communicating yet. You can go pair all of your devices at once, walk around with a tablet, pair them all up, give them all addresses, and then when you're all done, you're going to go back and you're going to dock your tablet, and you just want to make sure that you get that USB ready down there at the bottom. If you miss it and you want to make sure you're getting that CM connection, scroll down, swipe down from the upper right or upper left, and look for that CM connection status being online, not offline.